Hello, my name is Truman and I love reviewing old Hollywood films. Today's excerpt, we will be reviewing the elusive and unused musical number from The Band Wagon, Two-Faced Woman, featuring Sid Charisse and Fred Astaire. Ooh, this is a good one, y'all. Ooh, lot to unpack here. First of all, Sid Charisse. Sid Charisse is generally Mount Rushmore status for me when it comes to performers of that era. After battling polio as a child, her parents enrolled her in ballet classes to help rebuild her strength. By age 12, she was training professionally, and as a teenager, she joined the Ballet Russe de Monte Carlo. And it wasn't until touring the United States she discovered Hollywood, eventually leaving ballet to dance in films, at first completely uncredited as just dancer, but her talent was impossible to ignore. Her work with choreographer Robert Alton and performances in MGM musicals caught the attention of studio executives, and soon she became one of MGM's premier dance stars alongside legends like Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire. Like, how iconic is that? Which brings us to Two-Faced Woman. There's something beautiful and honestly kind of haunting about this lost sequence from The Band Wagon. Watching it today feels less like discovering deleted footage and more like uncovering some hidden MGM relic they locked away because it was simply too powerful. The number pairs the smoky vocals of India Adams with Charisse's impossibly controlled ballet precision. The result is this sleek, sensual performance about a glamorous woman accused of being two-faced, but honestly, for the time period, that's a compliment. Visually, the number is stunning. The minimalist set, the dramatic reds with hints of blue, the black tights, the silhouettes, it all feels expensive in that classic MGM way. And the background dancers, incredible. This is one of the performances where I would have killed to watch the rehearsal process unfold, absolute FOMO, just to see the rehearsals, the dancers in between takes, Sid Charisse on set. I would have loved to be in the room. Okay, here's where it gets juicy. According to MGM, the number was removed simply to shorten the runtime of The Band Wagon. I personally don't believe that's so. Instead of wasting the recorded India Adams track, MGM recycled it for Torch Song, starring Joan Crawford, and my god, what a choice that was. Because in the Charisse version, the number feels sophisticated, dangerous, almost French. It's French! All smoke, elegance, and controlled sensuality. Director Vincent Minnelli films Charisse like she's the unattainable luxury object. The choreography constantly shifts between sharp precision and softness, perfectly mirroring the song title itself. The male lead is barely relevant. The real chemistry is between Charisse and the camera. Joan Crawford gets a hold of it, and suddenly Two-Faced Woman mutates from sophisticated eroticism into what can only be described as a sequined PR nightmare. Oh my god. In Torch Song, Crawford lip-syncs India Adams' vocals while dramatically walking downstairs, posing around the set, and being carried by dancers. The sequence became infamous largely because of the deeply uncomfortable blackface imagery they labeled as tropical makeup. I don't know about that, y'all. I'm scared. Which thankfully was completely absent from the Charisse version. What makes it even stranger is that Crawford recorded her own vocals for the song, but the MGM studio decided to not go with them and replace them with India Adams' version. Charisse herself often described herself more as a performer and dancer than a traditional actress or singer, so she somehow perfectly embodies Adams' voice physicality. The movement and vocals feel married together in a hypnotic way. Meanwhile, Crawford feels like she's performing her own entirely separate interpretation of the song, because it was. Joan Crawford was performing Joan Crawford's version of it, not India Adams' version. And it shows. And honestly, Two-Faced Woman accidentally exposes the entire MGM machine. The song is literally about divided identity while being created through divided labor. One woman singing, another woman performing, another version recycled into an entirely different movie starring another actress, became this weirdly meta artifact, Hollywood itself. And the real heartbreak is that Charisse's version is arguably the superior one. Cooler, stronger, more controlled. It stayed mostly unseen for decades, while Crawford's fever dream version achieved immortality through sheer infamy. So in the end, the song became exactly what it promised: two-faced, two stars, two completely different fantasies, but thankfully, Charisse's version survives, and honestly, I think it deserves to be remembered. Not just for Sid Charisse, but for India Adams, the dancers, the choreographers, and everybody who helped create this bizarre little MGM masterpiece. Also, if I were one of those dancers, I would have been so pressed. What are you gonna, you're cutting our version but you're keeping Joan Crawford over here in tropical makeup. Oh, I'm sick. It's the good, bad, sweet, you know, like she's doing all these poses and it's just fantastic. The dancers were truly, truly invested. I saw the girls, they were on their counts, they were hitting their positions. Such a beautiful dance number, and I'm so sad that it never got to see the screen. I don't know why they scold me. This is another one of my favorite movements. She does this one thing with her hair, her short little pixie. She goes, I can't help being a two-faced woman. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. It's all for me. Bye. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Comment your thoughts below. Tell me which version you prefer. That's a joke. Don't.
I can't help being a two-faced woman. A little bit of boldness, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of coldness, a little bit of heatness. Don't fall in love with a two-faced woman.